Um, well, Mary and I, we rented this little place that was above a garage that was like a friend of a friend. It was like this tiny little apartment, and we would meet there every day and just work for like 8 or 10 hours and just sit and,
Mm-hmm.
talk about the characters and talk about the story, and then, I don't know, tell jokes, make each other laugh, and it was really fun.
It was really, really fun.
I mean, it was so exciting just to have the support of the studio behind us, and to also be able to afford the equipment, to have the equipment that we needed, to have the crew members that we needed. It was really exciting to be able to, shot list and think like, oh, we need a crane for this thing, and to be able to get a crane, where I think on my first movie we had a ladder, was the most high tech piece of equipment. So it was really a thrill to, from a filmmaking aspect, to really be able to think big and capture the film in a more elevated way. I think it's a genre that we've seen so much, that we all love so much, and I think the LGBTQ IA experience is, deserves to be a part of those stories, because it is, um, anybody can relate to going home for the holidays, the struggles of the holidays, and I think being able to tell this universal story from a new perspective really sort of like humanizes the experience for audiences that may not have the kind of exposure, to, to their world might not, have given them the exposure to, these types of characters or people.
Yeah, I mean, yes, holiday movies are so important to people. They're a celebration of love and family, and it is beyond overdue that we have stories that are told from an LGBTQ perspective in that space. And it's so exciting that this, will hopefully be the first of so many more to come. Oh my gosh.
I really loved, there's a scene in the kitchen where, Mary and Alison, are making cookies. And I just loved shooting that scene. It was so,
I agree. That comes to mind as my favorite scene as well. We had the best time. It was the hardest that I broke during shooting was that scene. And I really felt like from an acting perspective, I like really got to know how my character feels about these two really important people in her life just from that little scene alone. It was so educational.
yeah. The only person who we were really certain we wanted in the movie was Mary, like the
I
character.
insisted on it. I
And after
demanded
a very lengthy audition process.
it. Yes. I was lucky enough. I got a call back. It was thrilling.
Barely, because
Barely though, barely.
no, and we're like, well, we're here anyway. No, we wrote Jane for Mary, but the other characters sort of lived and breathed on their own, and we wanted, and then once we got into the casting process, it was really like finding the actors who had the qualities that were most important to these roles.
Mm-hmm. Really? Um, I really, I really hope that uh, audiences come away with, if you know, this is a universal story that is so relatable, and if there is an opportunity and a way that we can create an understanding in people who watch this movie who maybe did not have that understanding before or had never seen this kind of story told, and they're able to come away with an appreciation and an understanding. I think that would be really significant.
And also in a year that has been so difficult for everyone, to be able, to hopefully provide, audiences with a story that is like warm and bright and loving that they can enjoy safely from their homes. And maybe, take their mind off of the year we've all had for, 100 minutes and, get lost in this family and this story. And